Chapter 3 of Strength for Parents of Missing Children by me, Marie White. Every thought captive. As I write this, our child has been gone for over 2 years. I know what it's like to wait with bated breath. I also know what it's like to have moments of despair. In the beginning of your journey, most days are filled with every emotion. If you wake up sad, by breakfast, you can go from sadness to anger. By lunch, you move from frustration to numbness. If you wake up neutral, then you feel guilty for that. The most you can manage is survival. Greg Laurie talks a lot about the effect his son's death had on his life. He said it was the worst thing that could ever happen to a parent. But I think that you and I would disagree. Even death seems preferable to the horrors we've been left to imagine. But that's the problem. We aren't supposed to imagine those things. 2 Corinthians 10:3-5 says, "For though we live as human beings, we do not wage war according to human standards. For the weapons of our warfare are not human weapons, but are made powerful by God for tearing down strongholds. We tear down arguments and every arrogant obstacle that is raised up against the knowledge of God, and we take every thought captive to make it obey Christ." Look where it says, take every thought captive. I felt disobedient every time I thought about what my child might be enduring. Not the sick to your stomach feeling of fear, but the feeling of guilt. It's been God's way of convicting me to take every thought captive. I could tell myself that thinking about these things doesn't change anything. It only makes me scared, sad, and angry. It speeds up my heart rate, increases my blood pressure, and floods my system with all the stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. But everything in me still wants to think about what's happening to my child. Philippians 4:8 says, "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Training our minds to think only on the true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy is not easy. But it's part of our training program. It's like CrossFit for spiritual warfare. In the midst of all that's happened, we're supposed to grow physically and spiritually. We're supposed to get stronger. That means that you must control things you think about and listen to. You're not allowing your mind time to think about evil. Corrie ten Boom said, "Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength." The idea of taking every thought captive is harder than it sounds. For the first year, I had to listen to podcasts in the shower. Why? Because in the shower, I had just enough time to be filled with doubt and fear. It's a matter of forcing yourself to focus on the good and not give in to worry. Until the day we see God's good purpose, He is asking us to trust Him in the dark. Focus your thoughts to remember all the times that God has been faithful to you. James MacDonald says, "To heighten the miraculous, God makes us wait, but also to prepare the recipient. Waiting is the process by which God makes us spiritually fit to receive what He has all along determined to do." Let me just ask you about your trial. Do you want to win, or do you want to win big? The signs of God's presence should be obvious. Scan the landscape of your life. Can you not produce some signs that God is working? He doesn't just want to win. He wants to win in a way that you know it's Him. He led you into this trial. He's gonna lead you out. If God allowed this, then there must be a reason. Your mission is to use this time for all it's worth, to accomplish any task that might be the reason God allowed it. We must be strong and wait. In the next chapter, we'll look at hopelessness and how to combat it. And we know that all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. And at mariewhiteauthor.com, go to the Strength for Parents tab and click book link 3 to read an article by Michael Ramsden called How Can I Believe in God and Pain?